So my taste for music is mostly weird, so yeah, I'm just gonna talk or say random opinions and things about my top 25 Murder Drones OSTs that I enjoy the most and think that they fit their scene pretty well. Okay, first, cool naming. Second, I don't know what to say about this, but it has a pretty mysterious vibe to it, and yeah, it really fits the scene very well. Nothing to say more, honestly. The ending of episode 5, one of the most hated episodes in Murder Drone. But that end OST is pretty good, honestly. I don't know what to say more about it. It's pretty calm and chilling, I guess, so yeah. Okay, pretty cool ones, but the difference is one is at the beginning of the show and the latter is at the end. And it's a pretty cool reference, honestly. Even the OST in episode 8, Uzi and In the Drone Killers, is just a remake of the one of episode 1, Uzi the Drone Killer. This might be a pretty weird one, but honestly, the tension and sheer panic that this OST conveys really fits the scene so well and still makes it pretty enjoyable to listen to on its own. This OST has a very nostalgic feeling, and given the fact that this OST is from the pilot 3 years ago, adds another nostalgia layer to it, and it's pretty chill to listen to, honestly. A classic, the soundtrack for the exposition of Murder Drones, the thing that introduced us to the show. Yeah, it's pretty good, especially that one part. This OST is pretty cool. I know it's pretty weird that it's here, but like, yeah, the drums are great. The mix of the casual, cool, and at the same time the apocalyptic feeling of the scene as a callback to the pilot. Just a pretty cool mix, honestly. Yeah, the strings or piano are just too OP in this one, honestly, given the fact that this plays after a long camp filled with murder and horror, so yeah, it's just too calming and relieving after all that tension. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the calm and slightly romantic music, especially that these are associated with my most hated thing, shiving, but they are just really good on their own, honestly, especially Falling With You, just really amazing, and the strings are just beautiful. Another classic, the trailer's theme, fast-paced, apocalyptic, mysterious, anything a typical Murder Drones OST has, and yeah, it sounds pretty similar to Murder Drones OST, but way cooler, honestly. That's such a long name, honestly. Yeah, it is another classic. Wow, this episode has many favorite OSTs. This OST is also just pure panic, but with those peak organs playing in the background that really fit the cathedral theme of the scene. The Russian Tetris speedrunner in a locker OST, and yeah, the drums didn't have to go that hard, kinda like Solver Uzi's, but instead of a fight scene, it's just a normal one. Oh yeah, another classic too, the epic fight scene of the pilot, fast-paced, full of action and adrenaline, and mostly nostalgic. Getting into the top 10 here. I mean, it's episode 3 and it's the promo OST. I know they said that a lot before, but yeah, this OST really should be played at every prom to ever exist. The OST of the fight scene with this very cool Russian character initiating it, and it also has the panic feeling of them handling many dangers at the same time, and I think it is really underrated, honestly. As much as I hate the scene it is associated with, this song is just really good, and yeah, this is the first lyrical song in Murder Drones, I think. Plus, it really fits the office vibe, honestly. It really gives off the feeling of abandonment, and it also fits the end pretty well, honestly, yeah. Like Eternal Dreams, but much more epic. It's really good, honestly. AJ really cooked hard with this one. This OST is just outstanding, honestly, especially that it has the Murder Drones vibe to it, yet it is very different, and it is associated with probably one of the best fight scenes in the show. Now we are getting into the top 5, starting with do I really need to say anything about this? Not only is it the peak of Doll and probably the previous peak of the whole series, just listen to this. Number 4. I am not that big of a fan for calm songs, but this is just peak, honestly, especially that this concludes a pretty big period of time that is Murder Drones production time. So yeah, nostalgia and pure appreciation is really present here, but man, I really want an extended version of this. It's just so good. We are getting into the top 3s, let's go. Number 3. I also don't really need to say anything about this. This OST alone could literally carry episode 4 for me, especially that I kinda hate that episode. Number 2. You might heavily disagree, but I mean, this is just pure nostalgia, listening to this on loop all the time, and almost every Murder Drones content having it when the pilot first released. It's just pure great memories, and even though this OST was never used in the show, it's probably the most iconic OST of Murder Drones. And number 1, I think you're expecting this. Okay, I absolutely hate Nightcore in general, and I think it is cringe, especially because it is associated with some certain type of content. But this, not only is this associated with my favorite scene of the whole show, it's just a banger, and yeah, it really fits the edgy vibe of Murder Drones that it was going for in the pilot, but at the very end. Even though if you ask me where this is probably from before the episode was released, Murder Drones would be my last answer, because yeah, this is just very different from the general Murder Drones OSTs, and it really does its own thing. But yeah, it's just great, and I think it deserves top 1, honestly.